Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, March the 3rd, 2017. Today we're going to be spending most of this video discussing the Spring Seller Newsletter. Should time permit, I have quite a few other topics listed on 2 full pages of notes, so hopefully we can get to as much of it as we can. So basically, let's just jump right into it right now and explore the Spring eBay 2017 newsletter. Now guys, I was out here on Tuesday with a very short video discussing the newsletter and telling you its salient points. We're going to review them now. I'm going to start out with some of your comments on that particular video. Gators Rock Tim T said, "So happy that third-party ads are out the door. Thanks, eBay." Mighty Buffoon said, "If you can do it, I'm sure your viewing audience would like for you to do 2 videos each week instead of your 1 video you post on Fridays. Perhaps you can start doing Tuesday videos as well. We need our Crazy Joe fix more often." Picking for a Cause said, "Thanks you very much for the special report, Joe. Well, with my eBay fees increase, USPS shipping increase, and decrease in TRS discount gives me one alternative. That is to increase my prices. Happy selling, everyone." Rated R Forever said, "As long as I have my 50 free listings every month, then I'm happy." And Luke AU said, "Sounds like eBay has too many top-rated sellers." So yeah, guys, those were just a few comments I picked out that I thought really represented the feeling of eBay sellers. I myself am very happy to see those sponsored ads that took people off eBay to be done with. I am so happy to see them gone. That is a huge win for every seller on eBay. Now, not all of the Spring Seller newsletter is good news. So let's get right to the bad part first and get that out of the way. I have to think that most of you guys out there are like me, and you're top-rated sellers, and you come to rely on that 20% discount every month. The more you sell, the more it adds up. Now it's being slashed in half to 10%, and none of us like it. I don't like it. I don't like it a bit. I'm going to talk a little bit about that now, why they're doing it, to give you guys a better understanding, because a lot of people don't realize this. I had stated earlier that eBay is doing away with those dreaded sponsored ads that took people off eBay. The thing is, by doing that, they are losing a huge amount of revenue. And I guess that revenue has to be made up in another way. Part of that way is by slashing the top rated seller discount from 20% down to 10%. Also, what you need to keep in mind, and I mentioned this in the video on Tuesday night, eBay is going all out with advertising. They are advertising eBay Motors and sponsoring their Daytona 500. They're also partnering up with iHeartRadio, and they are in fact running ads about eBay fashion. And they're also sponsoring billboards, and they're doing some other advertising that they have not heretofore done in the past. All this advertising costs money, and the money has to come from somewhere. Guys, stick with me here. I'm just explaining things to you, or trying to. I am not saying I like losing 10% of my discount. I'm just trying to explain to you that eBay is not taking that 10% from us and pocketing it. They're taking it from us and reinvesting it. So think of it as all of you top-rated sellers are investing 10% of your final value fee, the discount, into advertising, and helping to get rid of those sponsored searches. Guys, to use an old saying, everybody has to pay the kitty. Now, I've been reading a lot of comments in Facebook where people, mainly top-rated sellers, feel that we are being targeted by eBay for this action, and the bottom feeders, the bottom feeder sellers are not being targeted as hard. Let me use an analogy, if I may. You're in 5th grade. Half the class is doing great, half the class not so much. The teacher comes in and says to the class that's doing great, "You guys are my best students. I wish I had more like you. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. Congratulations." Then looks at the other half and says, "You guys, man, you really need to shape up. You're giving the whole 5th grade class a bad name." Then the teacher goes further and says, "I now have 3 hours worth of homework. Who do you think is going to get it? The guys that are doing the right thing." And sticks it to them. A lot of people feel that the top-rated sellers have been stung on this newsletters and the bottom feeders have been left to skate like Tanya Harding. I can understand why you would feel that way, because we as top-rated sellers have always consistently done the right thing. We ship promptly, we pack correctly, our items are as described, our feedback is very good. It's either 100% or very close to 100%. Hey, we've done everything we're supposed to do, all right? And yet, we're the ones that are not only losing the 10% discount, but the criteria to be a top-rated seller is being amped up. We now have to have 95% tracking instead of a former 90% tracking. Now, while I'm on that subject, how many of you top-rated sellers out there watching this video think that's going to hurt you? It's not going to hurt Joey, not one bit. I ship 6 days a week, every day. So it's not going to hurt me. It's probably not going to hurt most of you. However, somebody called up on eBay radio yesterday and said that they live in a rural area and their shipping is a lot slower than most. So for you guys, I can definitely understand why you might be a little concerned. eBay requires you to, number one, print your labels in a timely manner according to your stated handling time. In my case, I have a handling time of 1 day. That's not going to change, not one bit. For instance, if somebody buys from me this afternoon, I will ship it out tomorrow. And yes, I ship on Saturday and always have. But again, I am able to get to the post office very easily because there's a branch right near where I work. It's not a problem for me, but I do understand there are some people out there in rural areas that may have a little tougher. As far as the bottom feeders on eBay, the sellers that are under standard, below standard, as I said in the Spring Seller newsletter, eBay is going to start taxing them an extra 4% on their sales for being underperforming. If you want my opinion, for what it's worth, I think eBay should tax them more. I think they should have balanced it out a little bit more in this case. I think they should have taken not 10% from us, maybe 5%, if that, and tacked another 5% onto the bottom feeders to help them or to make them toe the line and do a better job. Keep in mind, this is my feelings only. I am loyal to top-rated sellers. I'm also loyal to eBay. Okay? But what I'm trying to convey in this section of the video is the reason why eBay has taken the 10% away from the top-rated sellers. It looks like they're punishing us. I can understand why you think that. All right? It does look that way. But I want you to know they're using that money in advertising, and they're using that money to get rid of those dreaded sponsored searches we all hated. My only regret is that some of this cost was not pushed onto the bottom feeders, the underperforming sellers, as opposed to all the top-rated sellers having to foot the bill. However, in the long run, looking at the big picture, we should all recoup that 10% through the advertising and the increased sales. It really won't be that bad. Also keep in mind, guys, that the 95% criteria they are now requiring for your scanning and shipping shouldn't hurt most of you. It really shouldn't. There are some top-rated sellers that have stated on Facebook and through other venues that they are going to change their way of doing business on eBay. Some said they're going to stop offering returns. Some said they are going to change their handling time to 2 or 3 days, that they just don't care about being a top-rated seller, and they feel that being a top-rated seller is no longer an issue. They just have lost all faith. What am I going to do? Guys, I'm not going to change a thing. I'm going to continue to offer one-day handling. I'm going to ship promptly. Everything's going to go on as normal, as if nothing ever happened. My sales have been extremely strong lately. Extremely strong. Now, in all fairness, I am running a 10% off sale with Markdown Manager, and I am into promoted listings. Let me tell you 2 quick little things. Number 1, I posted a picture on Facebook the other day in front of the post office with my shipping for the day. Let me just cut really quick and show you that picture, if I may. This is drink number 1 of 2. Oh yeah, real good. It's going to be a long video, so we have to do a double drink today. The best part of that picture, the more astute of you will have noticed, is that it was liked by a lot of people, including Mr. Hal Lawton himself. Moving on, I just spoke about promoted listings. I would like to now point out that eBay is offering promoted listings beta for single quantity items. I bet most of you guys didn't even know that. Well, I'm telling you, Joe is telling you right now, and I'm going to tell you how you can get in on this wonderful program right now. Don't wait to be invited. It's not going to happen. You have to ask. So I'm going to show you a quick procedure right now, how all of you guys can opt in to promoted listings beta for single quantity items. Bang! If you would like to be included in the eBay beta test version for single quantity items in the promoted listings feature, here's what you do. Start in your seller hub like I am right here. Hover your mouse over marketing and you'll see this drop down menu. You will click here on the bottom on promoted listings. In the next screen, look over on the far right where I have the red arrow. It says give us feedback. You click there. On the next screen on the very bottom, just type in I would like to be included in the beta test for single quantity items. Thank you. That is it. Then you click send feedback. You're done, and hopefully you will be in the program. So okay guys, that's very easy to understand. If you're interested, opt in. I sent my request in last week and I was accepted. So I will let you know how it goes in the future with my single quantity items in promoted listings. On Wednesday, eBay hosted a webinar which discussed the spring seller newsletter at length. It was for 1 hour. They kind of sprung it really quick, so I didn't have time to mention it on Tuesday's video because I only found out on Tuesday night myself. So I will put a link to that webinar below. So if any one of you guys want to watch it now, you may do so. and hopefully it will explain anything that I'm not covering right now. But guys, trust me, I'm covering just about everything. All right, we took care of the top rated seller discount. For those of you guys with anchor stores, I don't know how many of you guys there are, you're getting a huge uptick in your shipping supplies allotment. I myself have a premium store, so that's not going to help me at all. However, all top rated sellers, all of you guys will be getting a $30 credit toward promoted listings starting April the 1st. Please guys, use it. Use all that $30. If you don't understand the whole concept of promoted listings and want me to show you how to do a campaign using screenshots, comment below and I will get to that as soon as I can. I told you about the tracking that is now going from 90% to 95%. It won't hurt you guys. It won't hurt you. I have never gone below 96% in my life, and that was only a blip on the radar. Below standard sellers, you guys, you are going to enjoy a 4% increase in your eBay fees. To be honest, if it was up to me, it would be more, but it's not. I'd like to see more of you guys as top rated sellers. It's not hard to do. All right? If you need help, okay, I get that. Comment below. And if you need to talk to me, if you want to tell me a personal message, right on the board, right there. crazeenydriver@AOL.com. That's how I want to be contacted, and no other way, okay? Please, you contact me that way, I will get back to you within a reasonable period of time. Any other method? No. Please, help me out here. Final value fees are increasing through most categories 0.15%, which is very modest, nothing to really concern yourself with. That doesn't bother me a bit. In the summer, eBay is going to cover, or should I say come out with a new shipping table program. I'm not even going to enter into that discussion right now because they haven't set a release date and it's somewhat tentative. So just put that out of your mind for now. When the time gets close, we'll talk more about that. I will now take my second drink of water. This is a rare 2-drink video. Oh yeah! Better the second time around! Alright guys, I think that basically covers all the points of the eBay Spring Seller Newsletter 2017. I hope I've clarified a few things for you. You top-rated sellers especially, this is going out to you. Don't be all bummed out about losing the 10% discount. Now I'm going to admit, I was a little bummed out myself at first until I went behind the scenes and realized what they're using the money for. They are not pocketing the money and they are not giving it to the executives for a Caribbean vacation. They're using that money, number one, to get rid of those horrible sponsored links that we all hated. That's a plus. And they're using that money for advertising. For all of us, that's a plus. Okay? We all have to kick in a little bit. If it'll increase our sales, I'm for it. Because I am and you're not. Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment any concerns you have or any videos you need made or tutorials or help or anything like that. I am a seller friend, not a seller critic. I come out here every week and I hope that these videos are helpful to you. I've been doing it now for 10 years, since 2007. In a few months, I think I'm going to have an epic party live on the air. Thanks for watching. Rock on. Make some sales. Peace! Yeah!